Hey, what's going on, guys? Bob Mentality here. Today I want to do something a little bit different. What I want to do is show you my trading statistics for Beyond Meat over the past around 58 days. And I wanted to show you this because it's not often I actually go through and I track all my journal manually. So it's not actually often I go through and actually run the numbers on everything. But I wanted to do it on this ticker because, as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, this one has been a wild ride since IPO, and I've been shredding it since, and it has been so much fun. I've made a ton of money on it. I'm really happy about it. And when I actually went down and went through and broke down my statistics, the numbers actually surprised me. There was some things I wasn't aware of, and then some things I think that really speaks to who I am as a trader, at least on this ticker, and what I saw on the charts. And I've obviously had a really good read on it, judging by my win rate, which we'll get to. But yeah, I just wanted to go through my statistics. I thought you guys would find it neat, and then at the end I'll show you what we're looking at on BYND now. So here we go, guys. I'm just gonna jump into it. Nothing special here, just a basic Word document, right? So total trades. This is between May 15th and today, pretty much. And I took 28 trades total between those 2 days. It was about 58 days, including weekends. And the total gain from all my trading on BYND, this is excluding losses. This is just total profits, was actually right on the dot, $11,500, which I found was really interesting. And then, doesn't include commissions. Total loss is $1,360. So when you add these two together, right, you subtract the total loss from the 11,500, you're going to get my total profit, which is $10,140 in 58 days. So that's what I've made just on BYND, just this ticker, this beautiful, beautiful vegan ticker, guys. This is what I made. So the total calls taken, I find this really interesting too, but it makes sense to me. I took 7 calls out of the 28 total trades. I took seven of them were calls and 21 of them were puts. So as you can see, I was definitely biased on the short side. But one thing I will say, especially looking back to the chart, there was almost equal, no, I would say equal, if not greater opportunity on the call side. So don't take this as, because BYND went from 200 down to 130, you can only make money on puts, because there were plenty of opportunities to make money on calls. It's just I'm I'm much more predisposed towards the put side, coming from small cap parabolic short land, which I have been struggling to get away from. But it's easier for me to take the put side. But there's plenty of money to be made on the calls pretty much every day on BYND, guys, pretty much. So yeah, you can see my bias obviously right here. The calls account for 25% of my total positions taken. The puts account for 75% of my total positions taken. So if you go over here and look at my total call profit and loss. So the amount I made on calls in total during this period was $2,775, which accounts for 27.3% of my total profit. That lines up right about with the amount of calls taken. 25% of the calls made 27% of the money, right? That's accurate. So there's not a big discrepancy there as far as sizing or anything like that. I was pretty accurate, which I really like that. Total put as far as hold time and sizing to get that correlation there. So total put profits and loss. So I made a total of $7,365 in total on the puts. So this is including losses. When you add this up, this is going to equal the $10,140 up here. This is including all my losses on the calls. This is including all my losses on the puts. So in total, I made $7,365 on the puts, which accounts for 72.6% of the total profit that I made over the past 2 months. So as you can see, 75% of the positions made 72% of the money. So that's pretty dead on there. And I definitely made way more in puts than I did calls. The interesting thing, though, when we jump down here to the next section, is puts weren't even my largest profit, right? So my largest single trade profit was a call. And it's twice my largest put win, which was the $1,260. So in a single call, I made $2,340. That's twice the amount I made here in the largest put profit. I thought that was very interesting, right? So keep in mind, my largest call profit right here of $2,340 is not far from the total amount I've made in my total call profits. So you know what that means, right? It means that I was pretty much better off not taking calls. Like if I would have took a lot less calls, I would have made a lot more money, which is what I'll show you coming up here soon when we look down. So just keep that in mind. So next section here, the largest call loss was $650 and the largest put loss was $150. Look how that compares. My largest profit was 4.2 times my largest call loss. So on the calls, I had a much larger, I had a pretty large gap between my total profit, my largest profit here, $2,340 was 4.2 times my largest loss. Now look at the puts. Even though my largest put profit was half the size of the call, right? My put loss was a much better ratio compared to my largest put profit. My largest put profit was 8.4 times my largest put loss here, guys. That's insane. So, my largest profit here, $1,200, largest loss, $150 on the put side. So if that doesn't scream like edge right there, I don't know what does. Just looking at my statistics, I have been shredding the put side. And to be honest with you guys, I knew I traded puts a lot, but I didn't think the discrepancy was going to be this large. Not at all. But I definitely got to work on my call side because look at this. I was able to cut those puts quick. I had better entries on the puts, had smaller losses. The calls, I held on for them a little bit too long or didn't have as good of an entry because the sizing was roughly the same. Very interesting there. I'm going to be really thinking about that moving forward and refining my strategy a little bit. But the average win was $522 between both calls and puts. The average loss was $226. So if you look at that, my average win was 2.3 times my average loss, which puts my risk reward ratio at a 2.3 to 1, which is, ideally you want a 3 to 1 risk reward, but I will accept this. That's pretty dang close. I'm very happy with how I did on this ticker. If you look down here, out of all 28 trades, only one of them was a loss on the put side. One, guys. I lost one time. Okay? Out of 21 put trades taken, I lost one of them. That's sick. I think that is just awesome. That's really exciting for me. So that goes to show how good of a read I had. That goes to show how my technical analysis paid, how my understanding of sentiment in the market, especially between the correlation between SPY and BYND. It really showed that I was able to take the information given from a technical perspective, apply that to my trading, and profit from it. So that's huge. I'm very proud of that. What am I not so proud of? The fact that my total losing call trades here, out of the 7 calls I took, I lost on 5 of them. What is going on, guys? What in the world? And that it goes to explain why my largest profit here is $2,340, but my largest call loss was, my total call profits and loss was $2,775. What the heck? So if you can see where my edge was at on BYND. I might as well should have just took this one profit here on the call and then just never take another call trade, because all I did was just chop around my total profit and loss there. So yeah, I was far more likely to lose on the call side than the put side based on my statistics. I'm much better at trading puts on BYND just from looking at that. So my total win rate, when you look at my total losses taken here, 6 losses, and the total trades I took the total trades I took at 28, you're looking at a 78.6% win rate, which I think is pretty dang good, guys. That's almost 80% win rate. I had a 20% loss rate. Just think about that. That is awesome. So yeah, I'm really excited about how I traded on BYND. I'm really happy with it. This ticker, and as you know, like I said, if you've been watching my videos, it has been an absolute gift. If you were taking advantage of the massive implied volatility and the huge swings this thing has, you can just shred it. For example, today, like I feel so in tune with BYND. Today, I was at the grocery store. I was at Walmart, standing in the fruit section, picking out some apples, some grapes, etc. And I check my phone and I see BYND's ripping. And so I just, look at some technical analysis. I gauge the average daily range, put in a put order to fill a put. I filled 10 contracts at, it was the 167.50 puts at like $1.80 is what I got them at. Put my phone in my pocket, walked a little bit, ding, ding, checked my phone, about 2 minutes later, and I was filled. I set a limit at sell there at $2. So it was a $200 scalp trade in a couple minutes while I was in Walmart. And if you don't know, mobile trading absolutely sucks. I don't recommend it. But I was able to quickly assess the situation and have a near top tick entry on the puts. The lowest the puts got at that time was $1.71, and I entered at $1.80. So I was able to assess that so quickly because I feel so in tune with Beyond Meat. That being said, as fundamentally, I don't know too much about them. All I can tell you, I did try their burger. So if you guys have not seen that yet, here's the video on that. Go watch it. This is where I recapped my big day on BYND when we had this huge parabolic. I know you guys remember that first parabolic we did before we consolidated and went back for 200. And I actually did a taste test because after they paid me so much for so many weeks in a row, I had to go get their burger. And this was a couple $1,000s back, but I had to go get their burger and try it. And if you want to see what I think about it, go watch this video, guys. It was pretty awesome. So that's really about it. You saw my statistics. You saw how I've been doing on BYND. I hope this helps you, encourage you if you're not already tracking in a trading journal, do it. And look at your statistics on individual tickers and see where you do good and where you can improve. And I definitely know where I can improve now, guys, especially on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Continue to stay focused, control your emotions so you can develop that bot mentality, which is the trading mentality, so you can trade like a machine, guys. Deuces.